The Mummy stars Boris Karloff, and he plays the mummy named Imhotep. And some archaeologists find his sarcophagus. They find a scroll. One of the archaeologists reads the scroll and brings the mummy back to life. So I'm going to start off with the positives. Boris Karloff is great in this role. His performance is very lifeless, and since he's playing the mummy, he's supposed to be lifeless, so it makes sense. And when we first see the mummy waking up, it looks great. He looks dirty. The costume looks awesome. The bandages look old, like you're actually looking at a mummy. And the most iconic scenes in the movie is when Boris Karloff is looking into the camera and his eyes are glowing. And I was also surprised at how far they went with some of the scenes. In a flashback scene, you have Imhotep getting buried alive, and you have a guy getting impaled. And for a 1932 movie, that was pretty impressive. So now for the negatives. The biggest negative I would have is the Mummy is a lot similar to Dracula in many ways. And you even have some of the same actors that were in Dracula in this movie playing similar roles they were playing in Dracula. So it's debatable whether this movie is even original or not. It's like you're watching Dracula, but they took Dracula out of the movie and put the mummy in there instead. I mean, there are other differences, like the Egyptian stuff, but this movie is a lot like Dracula. So I think if you like the movie Dracula, you would like the mummy. And this movie is slow paced, so I can see people nowadays getting very bored with this movie if they're not used to old movies like this. But I do recommend the movie just for Boris Karloff alone, if nothing else. So since it's so much like Dracula, I can't feel justified with giving it anything higher than a B. So yeah, The Mummy is getting a B. And if it wasn't for Boris Karloff being in the movie, it'd be even lower than that because it reminds me too much of Dracula. It's trying too hard to be Dracula. So I really do love reviewing these old Universal monster movies. So expect more later this month. Like I said, I love doing them. I love talking about it. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another horror movie review.